with this, I can use it and aim it. So this can be, a lot of times when I'm training with this, I'm using it as what it is, meaning spray water, where I can spray water. Okay. I can also use it to simulate using a gun. Now, it's not a gun, it's a water bottle, spraying water. And it has about a 10-meter range. And 5 meters or so, it has a straight trajectory. As I'm at like maximum effective range, I had to aim like a holdover. I had to aim above, and then the line of water goes up and then down. Now, with a gun or something like this, you shouldn't have to aim to hit. If you can't hit at these distances, home defense ranges, without aiming, there's something wrong. Meaning, I should be able to just look at you and do this and hit what I want to hit. Another way that I like to use things like this is if I start from a low ready here and just looking at you, I can hit. So I have the weapon lined up with the center of my body, and I'm just turning and facing what I want to hit, raise the weapon, and it's very easy for me to hit what I want to hit. So you shouldn't have to aim with it. And at these distances, I should be able to hit like this and like this too. But it's easier to hit if I start here, position my body, rotate my body to what I want to hit, and then just bring the weapon up, and I'm looking at what I want to hit the target on, and not using the sights, which you can do here. There's a little thing in the front. I shouldn't have to do that. It's just here, and I'm looking at you, and then shooting. And there he is. So, from here, I can have a 2-hand grip. I can have a 2-handed grip. I don't know if you can see more in the kitchen. So from here, I can have a 2-handed grip, like this, or use the left hand to shoot. So here, I can do no look. I can do no look from here. Just turn this out and fire. Or I can do one-handed, the left hand, and go here. Or I can use both hands. Now, a lot of times when I do these drills, I'm doing shadow boxing, which means like shadow boxing, you imagine things. Like you start shadow boxing, it's like, okay, there's a guy in front of me, he throws a head kick, and it's like, I'm imagining that that's his technique with that. Like, oh, now it's over here, turn and attack there. So a lot of times I start, let's say it's here, and there's like somebody at the door, let's say, because this is not training, slicing the pie of these things. I'm not a SWAT team or a squad of soldiers clearing a home that I'm entering, not knowing how many people are in there, if there's somebody in this corner or something like this. So if I'm starting from here, for example, I might be training being in the kitchen, a scenario, and hearing a window break in the living room. And I've been at home all day, so it's not the same, I'm saying. I'm not training to clear a house that I just came into, and it's like, I don't know where the guy is. He could be in that corner, how many are there, could be someone in that room. So I don't have to clear every room. I'm at home, I'm playing home defense, which means I'm up in the kitchen, I hear, for the shadow boxing, a window break in the living room, and quickly maneuver to engage the person who just entered the one living room. And I don't have to clear my bedroom on the way. I don't have to clear slow and steady and everything, slice the pipe. I don't have to clear my bedroom and my bathroom. Because right now I'm starting out from the kitchen. I just heard something break in the living room, and I'm moving to the living room to begin engaging the enemy, the intruder. And then after doing that, come in here, and you'll be like, oh, he made it this far when I started engaging him. I heard something break. By the time I'm in here, he's here, and I engage him. And it's like, oh, now I heard the window break in the kitchen, go to the kitchen. So I had some Lucy yesterday, try to act as if what I was doing wasn't good. Here's some losers, haters gonna get blocked. So I had some hate yesterday. Be like I said, they were asked like this, you don't know anything about slice. I know about slicing the pie. Now, that's not how I'm operating here. Meaning, if I was somebody that came from the front door, and I'm gonna clear this house, it's like, I don't know if the guy or guys, how many people there are. It's like, maybe there's a guy in the bathroom. Maybe there's a guy in here. Maybe there's a guy in the kitchen. So it's like, then it's slow and steady and careful. It's like, I'm gonna go here, I need to be aware there's a angle here. Somebody has to cover this angle, clear the room this way. That's not the scenario. The scenario is me, I'm at home, there's a sudden intruder, and then I'm trained realistically, which means I might go and start in the kitchen. So it's like in the kitchen, and you see me run in here and start shooting at him with his water bottle. I heard a noise, the window broke in the living room, I moved towards the intruder, start engaging, let's say he had made it this far, and start shooting him with the water, okay? And then I might turn into red and have repeat the same thing over again. I might go after doing that, oh shit, I just heard a window break in the kitchen, spin around and then start moving over there. And right now I'm using only the water bottle here. And there's different ways I can do this. So, for example, I can start from my bedroom here. And aggressive and just move forward. So a lot of times it's like there's different ways to do things, meaning you can be slow, steady, and defensive. A lot of times I have a ranged weapon, and my main objective is close to the distance. And while I'm close to the distance, I can engage him on the way with my water bottle. The main thing is going to be deploying an edge weapon and attacking, getting into range. So a lot of times I'm doing these drills, I'm maneuvering aggressively and not super defensively. Now, obviously, another thing I can do is to come in here, start engaging, and then hold my ground here and have a second like a knife. So, right now I'm using only this. Here's another drill I've been doing, and this works for gunfighting too. So at home defense distances, you should be able to hit without using your irons. A lot of times how I like to, so here, have the weapon all ready, and if I start like this, assume this position, see? And then I can turn or rotate. See? A lot of times I like to have a stable shooting platform where I'm moving and I'm not moving that much up and down. And from here, you should be able to hit just looking at what you want to hit and shoot them. This has about, well, I said 10 meters. It's about 5 meters. Okay, and maxed out, it's like up to 10 meters range. That's it. And right now I'm using this here as a secondary here, which means if I get in range, I can quickly attack with this. There's different you can do. You can have it like this or like this. So from the kitchen, I had to advance to get in range. So a lot of times I do this very aggressively, where it's like I'm closing the distance, hitting the person as I close to the distance, and it's like I'm working to close the distance, attack them with my edge weapon. That's what I'm going to do now. Again, here, well, I'm going to do something else. I come out here. That's a lie. Somebody came in wrote lies. So from here, see, the training here is what? There's an intruder. This is not quality cover, but it's cover. It's concealment. It's concealment, low quality cover. So bullets can go through here. But see, I can go here. See, bang, 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 motherfucker, bang, 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 bang. Now this is too long, okay? But from here, now remember, I don't have to clear this. It's like I've been home all day. This is a home invasion scenario where I'm react to contact. There's somebody in the living room or getting into it. There's somebody here, somebody there. So from here, break cover here, and anything like he's out of range here, see? Now if he's close in the distance, I can engage him from here. Once he gets right around there, see? The wall. See? Around from the wall. Now, here is another thing. Here. So, there's just a person coming through the living room here, into the living room. And now I might want to close the distance. So, from here, I can go bang, and I'm ready to hit anything that's there. Here. Now, a lot of times it will be, okay, from here, it could be that he's still getting through the window. So I'm going to advance quickly here, get behind cover if I want to, peek cover, and I can engage him from here. Somebody came and wrote a lie. You don't know what you talk about, you piece of shit, you lying sack of shit. He trains home defense to stop people taking him to the psych ward again. He was sexual before, I don't know how many times, but he said so himself. I said that I'm in the psych ward because that's Darwin tactics. I'm a Christian torn video, an autistic person being abused by caregiving staff, in my personal opinion. And after I started talking about them torn for the gang stalking program, the same people go on the Darwin campaign and get me swatted and get me to the psych ward. And I was talked to, and they didn't notice how they didn't say I'm psychotic or insane, see? So going to the psych ward doesn't mean you're crazy. When I went to the psych ward, they didn't say I'm psychotic or crazy or paranoid or schizophrenic or psychotic or delusional. But I got in the psych ward for speaking out about being abused, and then the abusers went on the Darwin campaign to paint me as mental ill and crazy, and it's like, these people have been abusing me covertly. He's paranoid and crazy and think we're abusing him, so he needs to be in a psych ward. So I'm not training to protect myself from being taken to psych ward. I'm training for a home invasion scenario. Do you understand? It'd be different if I was training to fight a SWAT team, which I'm not doing. But you're a lying piece of shit is what you are. Is what you are. Yeah, I was taken one time, and they didn't sound crazy. So I got taken, I got swatted. So basically, I live in a home with autism, and I have caregiving staff. And for a long time, I felt abused by the caregiving staff. They were working to push my buttons covertly when they're here, working to mess with me. And after I started talking about that, now part of the concept I told in the video, so most people that start talking to me are put up to do it. And I start talking about, I feel like these people are messing with me, and I think personally that they are doing this. This is what I was talking about. This is the type of stuff I was saying online. And I believe that they're being put up by the gang stalker point to be fine because they target me. Okay, and the same people call a psych ward, and they call, and I get swatted and put section. Now, I got cleared. They didn't say I'm paranoid or crazy. I didn't get diagnosed with anything. I got let go from the psych ward within 36 hours, which means pretty much as soon as they had available time to meet a doctor to talk to me. And right after that, I got let go. No, Mike's paranoid, Mike's crazy. No, you're psychotic or paranoid or something. And basically, they're like, yeah, we can tell he's autistic in the psych ward. Okay. Basically that. So I'm not told in the video a Christian being persecuted, and I'm the told of a secret program. And one of the risks, if you're told when you speak out about what's happening to you, is there'll be an effort to discredit you and say that you're crazy and paranoid. And people, there's something called Darwin tactics, which means if somebody's abusing another person, and the person reacts to abuse, they will play deny attack versus victim offender games. It's like, this guy is crazy and thinks that we're messing with him, and we were concerned about him. We're worried because he's getting more worked up with him. And it's like, yeah, and what am I saying? You've been working to get me worked up and push my buttons. Okay, and you have been pushing my buttons. And I've been saying that they're doing it on purpose. And it's like, well, this guy says that we've been doing bad things to him on purpose, so he's paranoid. So, no, that's not what I'm training for. Because obviously they don't send one man in a SWAT team. Okay, you idiot. If they would send a SWAT team here, it's not going to be one guy come through the balcony. Okay, and a waterboard is not going to do much to him. So you're full of shit, okay? You're really full of shit. Now that's a cyber stalker, most likely. Somebody worked for this program. Now notice how you use my comment section as perception management. Well, Mike, this is interesting, we have to work here. Hey, don't forget, we need to, like, people are watching, it's like, this is a crazy person on camera, okay? He's a crazy person. This is why he's training. I don't train against that, okay? Yeah, when the SWAT team came, I handed myself over peacefully. So I don't know if you understand, this is home defense training against somebody coming into my home. This is home defense. And when the SWAT team came, it was pretty much unnecessary. But when the SWAT team came, I didn't try defending against it. I handed myself over. Then most of the time before I handed myself over was because I wanted to verify PID. I want to make sure that it's police officers. Because I just get a call from somebody claiming to be the cops and saying I should come outside with our weapons, pretty much. And people can claim anything. So after I got sure it was the cops, eventually I gave myself in. And it wasn't that dramatic. Okay, it wasn't that dramatic. So, speed is important. So, yeah, no, I'm not crazy. I'm a person speaking the truth. I'm a Christian being persecuted. Total gang stalking of one video of this video. to work to make me crazy because it's all within perception management. Remember, this guy's nuts and lying. Okay, I'm training home defense. As a little person also got signed like this guy has been in a section. I had okay, so basically this guy's crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I had caregiving staff that I was accusing of abusing me covertly for the gang stalking program. And after a while, they start saying that I'm crazy, and they basically get me swatted and play doggo games. But they're painting me as crazy. Now, a SWAT team comes and gets me, and I get to take it to the psych ward, and being put in the psych ward doesn't mean you're crazy. So after going to the psych ward, they'd say I'm paranoid, or schizophrenic, or delusional. So I didn't get section for being crazy. I got section because people accused me of things. And going to the psych ward, I got cleared and let go. So they didn't say this guy's paranoid, crazy, delusional, anything, paranoid or anything. And they let me go. So. You will beat the SWAT team. Once again, somebody told him. First of all, I'm not training to beat the SWAT team. Okay. If I want to beat a SWAT team, I'd like to have firearms, I'd like to have explosives, I'd like to have heavy body armor. There's a lot of things that I would like to have if I would want to fight a SWAT team. And I'm not looking to fight a SWAT team, okay? So now I don't have to have, now you see two-handed grip, which is pretty much unnecessary with this one. But with this, this is a low ready. And having it like this, I can walk like this. A lot of times how I like to operate, like train, or do things basically, if it's a ranged weapon, is to have bent knees, the weapon in the middle, and I'm ready, and if I see something, I can turn to engage it. And I don't have to aim. At these ranges, you shouldn't have to use the irons if there's irons like that. So from here, see, I just spin around and I'm hitting headshots, and that's not impressive. But it's like I shouldn't have to like aim and things like this. It should just be here, see, and spin around and I hit him, see, and that's basically like a ready position here. Where from here, this is good. Basically bent knees a lot of times. It's like not walking as if you're on stilts, but having slightly bent knees. And I can have this wide stance, or if I'm pushing forward a lot of times, I will push with the right leg, and the right leg is like the engine, and the left leg is bouncing. So it's like lift the left leg and move forward. Now, a lot of times, if you're looking to use the range weapon, you're looking to maintain the range, okay? But it is different ways to go about things. This is a height leg capacity. This is more than 100 squares. now it becomes less reliable, the last part of the bottle, because if it's tilted a little bit, then it pulls in air. Yeah. That's another thing to me. Yeah. So there's different ways to do things. And it depends on what the deal was. So if I'm defending against a ranged weapon intruder, staying behind cover here, and things like this even make sense. I don't know if you can see. Maybe I should have gone live in the wide angle. I used to be able to see that corner. So if it's a ranged weapon intruder, this is called a cover, this is concrete. So no look, one-handed shooting makes more sense. Okay. No look, one-handed shooting around cover makes more sense. Spray and pray, literally in this case. Which means, here's cover, I'm behind cover. Start spraying. Okay, spray back, spray back. Versus seeing and then aiming and shooting. Because I know there's an intruder I want to engage in. So it's like, it can make sense to do no look attacks from behind cover, just be a wall. Spray. There's different ways you can go about it. So from here, I can do no look, or now with the dummies I can see it. Okay. So from here I can engage here, and it's like this out of the range. Now if I want to shoot here, I can just poke out and shoot. Shoot, no look. Okay. So shoot. Or I can do it like this. One-handed, or both hands, and then leaning more like this. Now, if I'm responding to an active break-in, somebody is like at the balcony, and as I get to that cover, they're in the process of breaking in. I might be looking to close the distance so I can shoot them with the water, with water through the window. And then if they start coming in, I might be retreating, still engaging them, and be ready to use a meter weapons if needed. Like retreat is strong point. It depends what you do. And I had some Haley yesterday. It's like as usual, try to say that what I'm doing sucks. You don't know about slicing. I understand slicing the pie. Now you're reacting like an idiot because it's like it's not that the only tactical maneuvering is that you're training for being a SWAT team, breaking into somebody's house, breaching, and then you have to clear every room as part of a team and check the corners and things like this. That what I'm training for is home invasions, home defense, which is I already know. Like if I'm in the kitchen and I'm running in here, it's because I'm training this that somebody just started breaking the window, coming on in the apartment, just came to the window, and then after doing that, I might go in the shadow box. Oh, I just heard a window break in the kitchen, so let's quickly move over there. And it's not that it's like. Do you understand? It's like you don't have to clear every angle because it's my house. So I'm training for suddenly there's somebody intruding over here, and everything else I already know. Understand? It's like there's going to be people in a room that I don't know about. Okay. So my only focus is engaging the enemy. And right now we're just using the ball. So here's another thing. I talked about this before as a close range shooting wheel. So from here, this is sort of called a Mozambique wheel, where it's 2 shots center mass followed by 1 shot in the head. And it's a little bit more range, but from here, 1, 2, 3, for example, this one-hander, or 2-hander from already, 1, 2, 3, okay? A little bit further range, it becomes 1, 2, 3, okay, 1, 2, 3. Now, a drill that I showed yesterday is you can do an inverted, where it's 1 shot to the head, to the torso. 1 shot to the head, 2 center mass. Now, if you're fighting somebody that has armor, meaning if it's a gun, okay. If you're fighting somebody that has armor, people have covert armor. So if the home intruder has a winter coat, you don't know if they have armor or something. And we're talking to somebody in Texas got a gun from them, that's not. But here's the point. You can assume the target has armor. So if you do a Mozambique drill, if the person's wearing armor, plate carrier or softball armor, 2 shots center mass, you're wasting 2 shots hitting armor. And it's not until the 3rd shot, if it hits, that you're hitting something like by armor. So an inversion drill can be go first shot, head shot, and then walk it down and hit 2 times center mass. Another drill that I came up with yesterday, it's going to be somebody else that told the same thing. Another drill would be first shot to the groin. From here, groin shot, center mass, head. So you can go groin, center mass, head. Okay? Or you can go groin, head. Groin, head. Or groin, double tap, center mass, 4 shot to the head. Because that makes sense, because the first shot is to the groin, which is an area uncovered by armor. Unless you know. Meaning, if somebody is wearing body armor, most likely why be a plate carrier, covertly, meaning it's like they could be wearing body armor. If somebody has body armor that has a groin protector, it's very hard to wear that covert. It's like if I were wearing a groin protector on these sweatpants, it'd be printing, it'd be like it'd be obvious I got something there. So most people, if they're wearing armor, covertly, it's going to be covering the torso. So this 1, 2, 3, you're shooting, your first shot is to a target zone that is most likely uncovered by armor. Second shot, if they got armor, hits the armor. Third one hits the head. Like also I talked about this too. If somebody has a full auto firearm, like a Glock, full auto Glock, and just have this stable shooting platform, aiming at the groin, and then emptying the mag, you'll have the natural rise from the recoil. Like a high rate of fire weapon like that is really hard to control. So from here, going groin, start the burst, and the recoil at close range will naturally carry the muscle up, and you go hit here, or maybe bang, 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 okay, like this. But generally, full auto close range, like this, and then start shooting, and you'll have the weapon climb naturally. Or starting here. Now it's not just going to go in a perfect straight line. It can go like this, or more like this, but generally if you have a stable shooting platform, push forward into the groin, start shooting, it can go up. And for a Glock, a full auto Glock, it has a very high rate of fire and not that high a mag, but it's a 3-round magazine, but it's still going to be less than 2 seconds before you empty the magazine. Very quick. Almost as fast as an MG42. So you can actually capture from this version. Now you can see a waterfall. So here's the point. Same with the stick fighting training. Or sometimes I train with a stick. And I can train with the stick for stick fighting. But the stick can also be used as a training implement for fighting with a machete, for example, or a short sword. So this is, I can use it to shoot water, or I can use it like I'm using it like a gun. Okay. which is not. But here, first to the north, second set of mass, third head. And at these ranges, once again, you shouldn't have to aim. Meaning, yeah, I can aim, and there's like a little thing here because the turn thing. Like it has a thing in the front. But I shouldn't have to. So from here, I should be able to hit things just by looking at them and turning my body and moving my arms. Or even like this. I shouldn't have to aim. So within 10 meters, you should be able to hit what you want to hit without aiming, without using the sights. Okay? And this doesn't really have sights, but it does have something in the front. See here. So it has kind of like a front sight, but only that. I'll do a little bit, mix it up a little bit. Here, yeah. I can show you this angle. That's the doorway. Now I'm going to do something else. Speed is part of strategy. So what I can do here, I can no look, fire, and I'm hitting beautiful. I like it. If you look at this here, the shot grouping is exactly where I want it to be, towards the head targets on. See? Look at my hits here. And with this, I'm not looking for a tight group. I'm looking for dispersion, like a shotgun pretty much, see? So this is the head area, roughly. And there's a group here. And it's in the head area. So here, now these, if you look at the hits, see, there's hit here, but there's also, it's impacting below, see? So from here, I can expose it from cover and aim. But I like to do in a situation like this, is to go no look. Pop out of cover, bang, 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 and I did a 3-1 burst here. Bang, bang, bang is how I was aiming, generally. That's an aiming pattern, where I went low left, higher middle, high right. So I'm looking for dispersion here. If you see here, see? And then I use the same burst again. And I'm hitting in the general targets that I want to hit. Now, obviously, if you want to aim with it, let's hit the dot to the top right corner without aiming. That wasn't too bad, see? This is like this. And it's acceptable. So from the hip, bring it up, and I'm hitting again. So I was aiming for that one, that dot there. And then I'm hitting top left, same hole, see? That's interesting. So I have a tendency to hit high left, okay? I was wanting to hit that dot there, so let's go again. And I compensated my aim and walked it in. So this time it's close and I hit high right, see? Because why? I noticed the pattern is, the way I'm using this, I want to hit that dot in the middle. That one. Now I'm aiming. Okay, hit high right. And I was hitting there. So I wanted to hit there 2 times. And I go, okay, let's aim, adjust my aim. And I hit there. So once more. Now I'm doing this now. Here. Hip fire. Yeah. And I can also use, like, if I'm looking, my impact and adjust aim accordingly. But basically, so here's a no look. 1, 2, 3. And I use the same aiming method. 1, 2, 3. So in my mind, I'm not seeing what I'm hitting, but it's like I hit a certain spot, hit higher right, and then higher right again. So it's here, here, and here is what I'm going for. Here, here, here. See? Only no look. So I'm going 1, 2, 3. And this doesn't really matter because I'm going to clean that anyway. So it's not paint. So here's another way to go about things. Using speed. Speed is important. Speed can help. So you don't want to spend a lot of time exposed. So I can focus on staying low exposure behind cover, or I can go shoot from behind cover, get out of cover quickly while shooting, and then move to next cover, to new position, find position, and I'll be at the flank then. So here, basically, let's do this. That's the drill. I'm gonna go, no look, shoot. Then I'm gonna explode out, shooting the whole way, and I'm out of home. See? So from here, I'm doing no looks, bang, 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 bang. Then I'm gonna break cover, and what I'm doing is basically this. See, boom, okay. And I was hitting you, and there was such a little time as I'm moving through there. Understand? So it's while I'm moving, I'm shooting and hitting it. So there's no point in getting here and staying here. Is that if I want to move over here, I'm shooting, no look, and then as I'm moving past, I'm shooting. Get my phone clean 1 minute. So let's use this angle now. Here. And from here, what I can do, from here, no look, or no look like this, or no look like this. Obviously I can go like this, or now here's what I'm showing. So from here, if somebody breaks cover, I'm ready to hit him. So I can be defensive
I can shoot a few times here, wait, if there's a breach, they will appear in my field of fire. And I'm ready to shoot here. See, anything that's appeared from here, I'm ready to shoot it. See, I'm behind cover. People in the doorway can't really hit me. So I can no look, I can back up too, and keep covering here. I can circle. Now this wall here is not called a cover. That wall is not good cover. It doesn't do much. So now we go from this side here. There's different ways I can do here. So from here, I can go no look right-handed shot there. I can go left-handed, no look. I can aim two-hand with my right hand. I'm seeing the dummy right now. Bang, 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 bang. Gonna switch, cover now. Bang, 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 bang. Shoot it the whole time, bang, 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 bang. Have cover again. These are fun drills to do. So from here now, responding to breach, from in here. It's like, why would I want to stay behind cars? They're different things. It's like, I can be training, sometimes when I do things, I can be thinking it's a guy with a machine, in this case, in my window. And other times it can be, let's say it's a gun, just to spice things up a little bit. So, responding to breach while in the living room, no, in the kitchen here. Why would I want to stay here? Now from here, I can engage the doorway. Meaning if somebody comes to the door, I can engage them right away after. Here. Now, if there's somebody in the living room, and I'm responding to breach in the living room, I might go here, check. Okay, it's a guy with a melee weapon. I'm gonna close the distance. I'm gonna move up fast, ready to get behind cover here, in case there's a range weapon. And from here, I can engage him here. If it's a melee weapon, I might be looking to keep my range and retreat. So it depends on what you're dealing with. But it's good to mix things up and not only training with one thing. A lot of times it can be good to train for the worst case scenario, and that helps you be prepared for anything beneath the worst case scenario. So if you're training to engage a person that has a melee weapon and a gun, if a person breaks into them with only a melee weapon, that's easier than melee weapon and gun. So from here, door breach, bang, well, bang, 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 motherfucker, bang, 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 motherfucker, bang, motherfucker, bang, motherfucker. So I can also have this undeployed, but ready to deploy, and maneuver like this, and I can pull it if I need to, like this. We're gonna do a little bit mix now, and respond to breach, bang. Bang, 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 pull it, bang, 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 bang. It depends what this point. So here. From here, I can cover a lot, okay? So from here, doorway, I can move here, only doorway, and if somebody's getting inside, I can hit them from here. So, I like moving and I like moving fast. Now we're gonna do more. We're gonna do more stuff here. Gonna close the distance. Yesterday, after doing this a lot, there's water on the floor and I slipped. And you can capitalize on mistakes in training, which means as I slipped, I didn't just go, oh shit, and stand up again. It's like on the ground, now I'm rolling to a new position. It's like you can use training. Like for example, let's say I drop this. It's like, oh, okay, get it up again. Now I can use that as training. I just drop my weapon, and then it becomes training to quickly get the weapon again, which is something. So you can capitalize on your mistakes and use them for training. There's another thing to do. Here. Here. I call this hostage hold. And it basically you can do it like this. Get the back, get the neck, get the knife. You can even have knife at the front and head at the back. And you can pull to cut the person's neck. Now another thing you can do. As a hypothetical scenario here. It's like if the police department would go wrong and become like criminals, like they stop being like good, honorable, legal, law-abiding police officers, but become like a armed roaming gang, breaking the law and abusing people and stuff. And they send like the HRT or SWAT team to come get you. Here's the dumb one. But I don't have to invent scenarios, but it's like if there's like the different skills, okay? So if you're a hostage taker, and which means that's not always illegal. It could be in a war zone, like if in the Ukraine and the Russians are sort of position, you get a Ukrainian soldier, you can possibly get the Russians to put the guns down, and you release the hostage and make a getaway, okay? So what you don't want to do in a hostage situation is do what people might have been trained for. It's like holding the person and then looking to the side of the shoulder when you have like these target zones. So it's like one, you shoot on the left side, you swing to the right side, you're training shooting to the side of the hostage. This might be, maybe the Russians have been training for that. So something that you can do is quickly get the hostage, and I'm covering, and everything, the only thing that's visible is my arm and the weapon hand. And if you're shooting the arm or the weapon hand, hits the neck, this round is going to hit the person's body. This round is going to hit the person's neck or the face. Do you understand? So I'm exposing as little as possible. So here, see here. Now I hit the person. And I can, if I want, I can keep behind cover, but the point is you don't want to pop out and keep your head visible. So here, and I'm staying behind using his body as cover here. And the neck is ready to cut. See, it's ready to cut. This head is behind his head. This is ready to cut, but it's not cutting it. See here. So I have the head here, and I'm ready to cut and push and pull down. And that's like this technique. And notice how there's very little unnecessary coverage here. Not staying behind cover. And if I get started delayed, I can cut the person. If I hear a gunshot, I can cut the person. If people are moving, circling to get in a fight position, they can shoot me and not the hostage. I can rotate and cut at the same time. So, one of the worst things is like if you're in the Ukraine, for example, and it's like, let's say I'm a single soldier and I get into a house and there's one soldier there, and I end up getting him hostage, which is setting up. Because he's got guns and shit. And then the Russians are coming, like a squad is coming to assault the house. And I want to keep him alive so he can use him as a hostage. So, keep the control grenades into the room. So, what I can do is back up, and get into a corner. See? So, here. Get in a corner here, and if I hear as much as a fucking rat call, I'm slicing this motherfucker's neck, understand? So it's a good luck, Russians, with that fucking breach. Because if I want to fuck around, I can fuck around for real if I want to. So normal tactics are not going to work, Russians. Meaning, if you break a window, I'm cutting his neck. Anything you do to get in here is the trigger for me to just pull his neck, understand? If you break a window to throw a grenade, I'm cutting his neck, understand? So before anything even goes off, if there's an explosive charge at the door, if somebody's breaking a window anywhere, I hear a door being kicked, any sudden loud noise, a breach, that, you understand, anything, I'm in a corner here, and it's just windows. If I hear anything, if I hear the Russians break a window, I cut his neck, see? So that is a trigger. Any aggressive action by the Russians is a trigger to cut the neck, understand? So if there's a sudden window breaking, a grenade going off, a door being kicked, I'm ready, very simple, just pull the knife and I cut his carotid artery and his windpipe. And even if there would be like an ambulance right outside, he's unlikely to survive that injury. The carotid artery and the windpipe being cut. So it's ready here, and it's very simple, 5 motor skills. It's not like getting a safety off somebody else. I have the blade here, and all I have to do is pull, understand? And I just slice the carotid artery across the windpipe. And you can't put a tourniquet on the neck. So he's unlikely to survive that injury. Now this would be like kind of very fringe scenarios, like your Ukraine-Russian war. When would you have to take a hostage? I've seen sometimes in this combat footage that they get a guy to surrender or something like this. But hostage scenarios are kind of weird. But in a freak situation like that, what we're looking to do, because what they want him to do, the Russians, if you got a Russian, you're Ukrainian, you got a Russian hostage, and this is his neck, and in a corner, see? In a corner, and you're ready to cut his neck. But the Russians want to do is they're going to try to hostage rescue the Russian. they're gonna try to break the window, shoot you in the head. Throw a distraction flashbang grenade, I don't know if they had that, to like get you surprised. Now that might help. If the knife is here, there's a flashbang, it might make it harder for me to get the weapon out or something like this. But it's like getting a position where you have the knife here. And all I have to do is the mental mindset. See, I decided that any sudden noise, a window breaking, a gunshot, an explosion, a door being kicked, a door opening, a window opening, I'm gonna cut the neck, understand? So, bang, neck cut, understand? Window making, neck cut right away, understand? Like this. Because what you don't want is to sit there and be like, oh, the window is open, let's wait for them to get in position to shoot me in the head. Or let's walk the hostage and look through the window so they can have a marksman shoot me in the head, okay? Or the Russians like, hey, let's open the door so we can give you a water bottle. Or can you go to the window, open the curtain so we can see the hostage still alive, something like this. No, bitch. I'm in the corner, got my knife to his neck. And if it's as much as a fucking peep, I'm cutting his neck right away, understand? And from here, if there's an explosion or something, it's like, that's a trigger. I'm waiting for something, and anything that's happening, a breach, is a trigger for me to cut the neck right away. I've already decided, I'm ready. It's like you hold something and you're waiting. It's the same trigger in strategy. It's like if you have a weapon in the doorway, and you're waiting for something to appear, break cover, appear in your firing zone, and you understand, you're in a position, it's like, I'm waiting for something to appear, and I'm gonna turn to shoot, you understand? It's the same thing, hand on the trigger, waiting for something to happen, meaning a target appearing in this target zone, and I'm gonna turn and shoot it. It's the same thing. It's like I have a certain action cued, and I have a certain trigger. I hear something, there's a window breaking, a door breaking, explosion going off, a gunshot, anything. I'm pulling the neck right away, understand? So it's waiting for something to happen, and if and when it happens, I cut the neck. Now, a Bible local law supposed to have to weapons at all times, but it'd be very rare. That'd be like the nightmare for people coming to rescue a hostage. That scenario. Somebody actually knows what they're doing, and it's not a fucking retard. That's the point. It's very unlikely that you would end up having to use that. And it can be hard to even get into position to be able to use that. Now, I have seen in Russia versus the Ukrainians that it happens sometimes that they get a hostage, several hostages. And it's not this type of hostage situation. Like they capture a hostage, they use them to trade, like the Ukrainian get a Russian hostage. And then it's like we have a Russian hostage, we trade that for a Ukrainian hostage you have, for example. Now, a situation was like you get into a room where there's a Russian, you're able to get him hostage, and there's more Russians responding, coming to the place to free him. Well, a thing you can do is to let him know. It's like, if you come in here, I'm cutting his neck, understand? It's like, if you break a window, you start shooting, you kick down the door, you blasting shot, whatever you do, if there's something you do to get in here, I'm cutting his neck right away, which means then you're gonna stay on the outside. And that can give you some time to possibly negotiate and bargain with them. Okay, because you have a bargaining chip. And if you don't, they might end up doing bad things to you. Okay, so now it's like a Bible local law will have these weapons, and if you're a Ukrainian in Ukraine, a Bible Geneva Convention. So if any of this would be like illegal, this is a recommendation. I'm just kind of fictitious scenarios to mix up my training, make it a little more interesting to mix up. Somebody wrote ridiculous. Really? How so? Okay. I know what I'm doing is not ridiculous. It's things that actually work, effective strategy for a certain situation. So why don't you go ahead and make your quality argument for what makes what I just was doing there, the strategy of hostage taking. Okay. What makes it ridiculous? It's like, oh yeah, this sucks. Okay, no, it doesn't. But what specifically? What is it that was not effective? Okay, because I know that what I did was right, so you're just full of shit. You're just a hater looking to say what I'm doing sucks. So anyway. Now the closest I gotten it's like I've never been like a guy. I did have a SWAT team here, which was unnecessary because I wasn't a person looking to fight anybody, and I didn't have a hostage. And like a lot of times, the SWAT teams, stuff like this in Sweden, America, they might be called to situations where somebody is heavily armed. They are a criminal or something like this, heavily armed. The SWAT team typically is not called to do things like this, but it's like a lot of times if somebody has done something like really illegal, okay, it's like they've shot somebody, run into an apartment, hold up and or something like this or whatever. But in my situation, they just showed up here because people had wanted to get me in a psych ward, so I got swatted. And it was not dramatic because they showed up, and eventually, after verifying, it's the police that are outside, okay, asking me to come outside. A big part of the time before handing myself over was just I wanted to verify and confirm like 100% that it was cults before opening the door, and it wasn't a breach scenario or something like this. So now here's the point. And he trains home defense to stop people taking him to psych ward. Do you understand how disgusting are you, piece of shit? He was sectioned before. I don't know how many times, but he said so himself. Now notice how you're lying. He said so himself. I've said I've been sectioned before, taken to a psych ward. I did not say that I trained home defense to stop people. You look like a paranoid person. See? You look like a paranoid person that has delusions and is paranoid about Mike is doing this. See? When I'm training home defense against burglars invading my home with melee weapons, like a crowbar, machete, or something like this. And then you start going, no. Let's try to paint this as he trains home defense to stop people taking to the psych ward again. No, I didn't say that. And when I went to the psych ward, you're using the fact that I was in the psych ward to be proof I'm insane or something like this. Well, I wasn't. I went to the psych ward because a doctor signed something. But once I got to, they didn't say I'm insane. See, it's like I didn't get diagnosed. See, I wasn't kept in the psych ward for weeks. I was kept overnight, and then the next day they had a doctor I could see, an appointment, an eval. And once I got to talk to them, they released me because I wasn't a paranoid schizophrenic in the psych ward, or a person who's crazy and like acting out and being aggressive and threatening to hurt myself or others or trying to anything. So I wasn't going to the psych ward doesn't prove that you're crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up. I gotta call my wife, say goodnight to her. Finish our disclaimer. Don't try anything you see me doing this live stream at home. It can be risky. Okay, the floor can get slippery. Okay, don't try anything you see me do at home. And abide by local laws regarding self-defense, use of weapon, use of force. Don't do anything that's illegal where you live. Okay, so don't do anything that would be against the law or the Geneva Convention or anything like this. That meaning if you're a Ukrainian in the war with the Russians or a Russia fight the Ukraine or something like this. So it's like abide by local laws regarding use of force and laws of war and the Geneva Convention if you're in an armed military conflict. So now speak of which, talk about wars. I'm actually in a war. I'm a target video. And I'm the target of a secret persecution program called gang stalking. And gang stalking is not just bullying or harassment, it's a war. And the program has been abiding by the Geneva Convention in how they've been fighting me. So I've been defensive. I haven't been like attacking, but I've been taught with a program, a war called gang stalking. And the way that I've been taught it's been a war. I've been sprayed with chemicals from outside. If it was a hot nuclear war, we wouldn't be allowed to spray chemicals in the Ukraine war by the Geneva Convention, chemical warfare. So if you're using chemicals to hurt the enemy, that's illegal. That's against the laws of war. So I'm in a war where I've been fought against in ways that are not even allowed in a hot declared war under the Geneva Convention. I've been sprayed with chemicals, I've been food poisoned, I've been shot in the leg with a dart gun, a covert weapon, then all kinds of stuff. So this is not just fun and games. This program I've been taught with, it's a war. Daily psychological warfare, online and offline. Intermittent chemical warfare, where I'm allergic to perfume, and the program uses perfume as a selective toxin to hurt me physically. Like this happened, I got a cab booked, being spied on by the gang stalking program.
It's like, let's say I had a cab today, like 1 hour from now. And it's like, they know there's like the last 5 minutes for the cab leave sometimes it goes. It's like they send an agent, gang stalker, to drop cologne in the elevator. It's like 5 minutes for my cab leave. So it's like right as I'm leaving to go to the cab, it's like smells like a perfume shop in there. Because they sent someone in there to spray perfume in the elevator, drop like cologne at the bottom of it. This type of stuff, okay? To get me inhaling perfume that I'm allergic to cause pain, suffering, and over time it's bad for your health. It's like it will give you health problems. And with me specifically, being autistic with neuroinflammation, exposure to allergens exacerbates the pre-existing neuroinflammation problem, which leads to more likely to go psychotic, more likely to not end up sleeping for a long time. And so it's really negative. Okay. So anyway, I've been told that I'm in a war. I'm a warrior, a Christian warrior in a war. I've been taught with a secret persecution program called gang stalking, taught videos for more than a decade. And it's been escalating over time. And you know what I could tell the psych ward? So the doctor, and I want to be careful to like not to like be too kind or say, because the next time it might be the same doctor who's been told it's like, if this guy shows up here again, your job is to say he's crazy no matter what. Okay. So even in the interview, if he's not crazy, it's like your job is to go, he's crazy, and keep it in here. So anyway, here's the point. And I don't support this psychiatry, mainstream psychiatry, because they do forced medications, which is a crime against human rights. So I'm a hardline. I believe that no country should be forcefully medicating people. I don't care how crazy somebody is. I don't believe that you have the right to forcefully medicate people, especially not when what drugs are people force medicated with, like Lexapro, lithium, whatever. And some of these drugs, if I would research them, I believe I would see things like could lead to permanent brain damage, could lead to organ failure, or like liver damage or something like this. So, and I'm not a doctor, remember that as a disclaimer. But as far as I'm concerned, I know that the psych ward that sometimes force medicate people, the drugs that are like used for people that are like really crazy and need to force medication, I do believe that if I research them, I think that I would find things which like it can lead to brain damage or this liver damage or kidney failure or some kind of side effect. So if you're forcing people to take medicines that could damage them permanently against their will, where especially, that's all the problem. But when there are equally effective, but safe alternatives. Like you could Google Abraham Hofer schizophrenia. Google Abraham Hofer niacin or Abraham Hofer schizophrenia. Okay? And he was a person licensed psychiatrist, whatever. And he was running his own clinic, I think in Canada. And he was using orthomolecular psychiatry. So in conjunction, he wasn't relying only on big pharma drugs. But part of what he was doing in his, I guess, private clinic for schizophrenic patients, he'd be using supplements, vitamins. And not in some cases, I think he would use that kind of initially maybe to stabilize a patient as shows up being psychotic or like really maybe short-term some drug to help them calm down. And then talking about we got a supplement protocol to help you or something like this. But you can Google Abraham Hofer. So yeah, there's an effort to make you think that I'm crazy because I'm a whistleblower, a Christian being persecuted in Sweden for being like a they live guy only in the matrix, a person that can see the truth in society, know the truth and is going to speak it. So basically, I'm a Christian being persecuted in Sweden, and I'm the target of a conspiracy called Gang Stalk of Target Videos, which is a secret persecution program that the former head of Los Angeles Ted Gunnison confirmed is real in his own affidavit. And there's an effort to discredit me as a whistleblower. So part of gang stalking is people get recruited in real life to be so-called flying monkeys and do narcissistic dog abuse tactics, covert abuse. People get told when you're around Mike, say this, do this, act like this. It can be anything what they wear to the say, to the body language. They will brief to act a certain way, be a certain way, for me to feel talked about them, to feel messed with. Shadow gas, starting pushing my buttons. It's like, Mike hates this, let's do that. And then we can go, well, we didn't know he hates that and things like this. But the reason they did that is because, no, I hate that. Do you understand? It could be, do you understand? It could be, I'll give you an example how they can have people in my home now, okay? Most of the time is if I'm going outside. But how could they have something like, something that could happen is I have plumbers come work in my home.
Okay, I called the landlord. It's like, oh yeah, there's bad water pressure in the bathroom or something. It's not an emergency. It's not like a water leak, but it's like I'd like to have somebody come take a look at it because it's like the water pressure is a little bit low in the bathroom or something like this. Could you send some guy to come check it? And it's like, well, how about we book a time for 5 days from now, okay? And then it's 5 days from now they show up here, and it's like 2 plumbers, and they could have been recruited by the gang stalking program to target me on home in certain ways to where, like, even if I am live on YouTube, my phone on the back of the here, other people might not be able to tell that they targeted me. It could be something as they get told to spray a lot of perfume on their clothes before getting here because I'm allergic to it. And it's possible live as well, just like a lot of guys wear perfume. But I can tell it's like almost like it's like super really strong perfume or something like this. Something like that could be used as a hypothetical. And then another thing could be, let's say the program in the gang stalking harassment has as a theme had 5 monkeys or cyberstalkers go, Mike, you're a Nephilim, you don't have a soul, you're a demon spirit, you're not a real human, you're a Nephilim serpent seed, spawn of Satan. They could have been using, and I'm drawing real world examples in the gang stalking, like psychological warfare. It's like this flying monkey shows up, Mike, you're a Nephilim, don't have a serpent seed, spawn of Satan, don't have a soul, something like this. And then that gets real mad, let's say, oh, double down on that. And now it happens, people show up on my chat, be like, you're a Nephilim. And it's like the flying monkeys, it's a constant pattern where now then people are talking about Nephilim or serpent seed or something like this. And it could be the plumber show up. It's like one of them got a t-shirt that says Return of the Nephilim on it. And it's like, it could be anything else, it's no one, but you just got told by someone to put a t-shirt or a hat that says Return of the Nephilim or Nephilim on it. And be like, oh yeah, like flying monkeys have been told to sadly remind me of this, you're a Nephilim. And do you understand? So people don't have access to my personal experience, so it's easy for them to be covert with it. But the truth is, I'm a total gang stalking, and all people are recruited to target me in real life and online, cyber stalking and real world stalking. And it's gonna be subtle. Which, how crazy do you think that if I was harassed by the government, it'd be easy to see that I was harassed by the government? Or do you think they'd be able to figure out a way to be sophisticated and subtle with it? Do you understand? It's like, oh, but it's hard to see like that. Yeah, that's exactly what you expect. It's like, do you think that if I was harassed by a secret government program that needs to stay secret to keep going, that the way to be doing it would make it like super easy for me to prove, yeah, obviously I'm being harassed all the time by the government. Okay? No, obviously not. Okay? So, I gotta finish up.